My name is Hovenweep. I'm the creative director here at 1323. We're an interactive design studio in Austin, Texas, and we've just finished a personal quantification art app for the iPhone called FRICKbits. The opportunity that we were trying to address was looking at two things. First, we were looking at personal quantification. The second thing that we saw was a lack of people playing in the art space on our personal devices.
A lot of data collection is very concrete. You want to see how often you've run, you want to see where you've gone, and you want to see that sort of accurately portrayed. Our presentation of the data is interesting because it wants to take it somewhere else. Laurie Frick takes data sets and then manipulates them to make artistic statements, and what we've done is then take in her style and her aesthetic and figured out a way to make the computer remake that.
There was a real drive to find a way to get the amazing artwork that Laurie has done and bring that experience into people's lives.
I'm Laurie Frick. I'm an artist. I use data to make hand-built work. I like to use materials that are familiar. Cardboard, cut wood, and this are laminate samples. I've used cereal.
We first started with an in-depth look at Laurie's art to show the way that people move through their city and their town.
A lot of work was spent to try to capture the look of watercolors that she does and collaging and represent the physical mediums that she works in.
We created 40 different palettes based on Laurie's work, refined them so that they matched up with her color schemes and her ways of thinking. We were able to use color to differentiate people's individual portraits and make each one really unique and rich and specific to that person. Since we were starting with a still artwork, it was a challenge to figure out how it might move. We tried several different things and ended up with a pattern that grows gradually outwards with each little node in a person's map blossoming and mimic their organic movements outward from that single point.
We started with some simple data sets, and as we got more complicated and got bigger data sets of people's actual traffic, we discovered a lot of eddies in the data sets.
As they not only create the data, but as they play with it, as they zoom in and out, we create different expressions. As they are able to change the color palettes, they're allowed entry and authorship. People really appreciate having not just the utilitarian tools that the phone has really excelled at providing. They're looking for something beyond that, a more kind of personal or intimate or emotional experience throughout their day.
I knew right away, whenever I was looking at my data set, it was so recognizable to me, where my home is, where I go to work, what my usual paths are.
To see one's patterns and to see sort of art extrapolated from your data set and then superimposed on your city is interesting and fun. Every data set is sort of its own interesting surprise.
Thank you to the IXDA jury. We're very honored and privileged to be considered for this award.